Thank you so much. Hi, everybody. All right. Um, Let me go to the next one. All right. So I want everyone here to just imagine that you guys are all filmmakers today, and then you guys are just that you all in this room. They were owners of a film that we all work together, that we all own. That you're sitting as a record producer, composer, producer, investors, actors, and directors. And I want you to think that we've been working together for about, let's just say, 3 to 4 years. We put our blood, sweat, and tears into making a movie, and that we are owners of the project. 30%, 50%, you name it, you have equity, right? And I want you to re- just understand that we put scripting, fundraising, casted it. We did everything we can to make this movie, right? And it's our baby. We call it making our baby, okay? And I want you to imagine that we're one of the best filmmakers on the planet. We made it into the Cannes Film Festival, Sundance, all the traditional stuff. And then we are in the New York Times, the LA Times, and we're one of the best on the top. Everyone's talking about it. They can't wait to see our film together. And there's a chance that we're going to be all millionaires from making this movie. So you rely on me as the producer to say, hey, Khoa, I trust you that you're going to make the best decisions with your third parties, sales agents, distributors. And for those who don't know, they're the ones that will get you into the Netflix, the Amazons, AMC, distribute to thousands of different countries. That's how we make our money together. And then, and let's just say that we agreed, and I'm inclusive, and you guys voted. Say, Khoa, I believe this is the great movie. This is a great decision. Let's call it global distributor XYZ, right? And then we ink the deal, and then someone here says, 2.5 weeks later, says like, Khoa, I think we just screwed up. Why is that? Well, we just inked the deal with a distributor that's not really transparent. They're they don't pull out their full reportings. We might have sold movies to Cambodia or Thailand. We would never know about it, and they could cook the books, and it is what it is. So all of us who's together making this movie, where we actually killed ourselves trying to make this thing work, and we think that's going to change our lives, ends up becoming a waste. I would think so too, right? Because that happens to me. I'm Khoa, by the way. I'm a filmmaker. I've done multiple feature films. I've been global distribution in hundreds of different countries for Walt Before Mickey. The latest one is Amazon. Bezos, The Beginning, the Jose Feliciano on Peacock, Netflix. And I could tell you that I've been screwed. I still own equity, and they owe me a lot of money that doesn't exist anymore because it's going through a producer. So here's the reason. There's a payment friction. Real simple. It's very primitive, right? It's a distributor that sells it to the buyer. The buyer sends the money to the distributor. Distributor pays the producer. And then let's say I am the producer. I pay everybody else. If someone in that chain screws up, nobody gets paid. Simple, right? That's the distribution world. So the question is, what is it? So the problem is that we have no transparency. There's a payment friction issue. There's trust issues, and we're taking advantage of. Welcome to the music industry. Welcome to the film industry. It is what it is, and it always feels like a scam. Now, who, as an investor, actually want to invest into a movie? It's one of the highest risk products. So I got into the NFT space because I saw a solution. And what I call it is a trustless collaboration. So what that actually means. It means that it's really simple. Imagine that we are able to sales split and royalty split from a single transaction of an NFT. What does that actually mean? It means that when a distributor, no matter how scumbag they are, no matter who it is, Upon point of sale, all of us would get paid right then and there. It sells to China, Cambodia, Thailand, no matter what country. We don't have to rely on and wait on the distributor to do any reportings. And upon that split, it's a licensing. So imagine what's a license. A license is a contract, a PDF. We sign it, and it's governed by by the government or whatever country they're in. Well, what if that your content says that, and you did a deal with the distributor that says, do not use my content without an NFT. Because what does an NFT actually do? It's not just a collection, it's a technology. You could buy, sell, trade, auction, and it's governed by a token ID and a smart contract. That's what it is. And it's a image that's on top of it that represents the ID of it. It's like your social security number. So what's the solution over here? It's distributor sends it to the buyer and it splits. Well, for some reason, that doesn't exist, and it could never have existed without a blockchain technology. So this is what it would look like. I own a platform. I'm not here to shill over here, but I'm here to give you a concept and understanding of it. That you could actually have, if you're, let's say you're a licensee, right? You have your product. You want to license your music, right? And you don't want anyone to, but you want to be inclusive with the labels, and the label wants to take royalties because you don't own it. But let's just say that you got 4 labels and publishers and agents and managers all part of the chain. You sync your music to Netflix. Well, it doesn't really matter to the label because they know exactly what they're gonna get on the sync. There's no money, there's no collection. But when they make the sale for you, they all get paid. Who's gonna complain about that? So, what does it solve? Full transparency. It removes the friction. It creates a trustless structure, and obviously creates more opportunities. But what does that actually mean? It means that if we could actually remove the payment friction, we actually create more trustful partnerships. I'm a serial entrepreneur. I own multiple businesses, and I could tell you there's a reason why I don't do much partnership because I can't get along with my partners that don't work 18 hours a day like me. New licensing approach. I call it NFT film licensing or NFT music licensing. It's not just a collection. Use it as a technology that tracks everything, and you know exactly who holds your licenses, and then you got more fundraising opportunities. So let's just think about this. So we work with I work with different chambers and people that's not even involved into Web 2 or they're just like primitive, right, on the ground. But we could do, because of our sales splits, upon selling and tokens or wherever it is, they could actually get paid. So let's say you're a music artist, and then let's say for every time they stream your music, we call it streaming wages. Let's call it that way. For every time it streams, it's paying your partners. Well, that's what ASCAP and BMI actually does, supposed to do, right? When it comes to mechanicals. So that's the idea of it. That's the concept, and the platform does exist, and it's on Satudu. And that's the new launch that we launched maybe 2 months ago. And we are trying to make it easy. It's about on-ramping. It's not about connecting to wallets or anything like that. So with that is all I got. And if you have any questions, that's it. Well, the license tracking is really an amendment with a contract because that's what you have to integrate with the companies. So you have a contract amendment and you put your token ID saying that this is my license. You have to use our NFT as the licensing. Yeah. I'm not familiar with Film Track, but we're about you could use Film Track where it is, but you could and we could end the film. This is really about sales splitting. So right, so like when you want to represent your license, represent with an NFT, and then you have all your wallets in place up to whatever you want, and it would just split to all your partners. We could talk more after this. Yep. Oh, there's a. I'm not sure. I'm not sure allowed to have another question.
You can catch him.
Okay.
Uh,
No
yeah.
problem. All right.